Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast with me, Matt. We have another 1v1 in the Q versus Professor lineup I have going. Oh, there's a lot of lag on this map. Okay, that's unusual. Fog of War and back. Anyway, this is the Outskirts, I think this one is called. And let's go through the players. We have Q against the United States of America. For the commander choice yet. And we have Professor as infantry for the Wehrmacht. Now that's an intriguing one. Infantry is generally a really good commander, so hopefully everything... oh, sorry, I was just checking if I was recording. It looked like I wasn't, but I do seem to be. Okay, that's just... Anyway, he's going for Infantry Commander, which is a pretty good one. It scales pretty well because of the unique ability of it to essentially just get free veterancy when you level up all your support teams and infantry units. It's pretty handy. Lots of Volks Grenadiers coming out here, first of all, to get some territory taken care of. We'll need to see how this turns out for them. Also, with infantry, you can actually give them Sturmgewehrs, the Volks Grenadiers. Although they technically already are building Sturmgewehrs because of how the mod is currently. It's entirely visual, and they are still technically K98s, which is really confusing, and I understand why that has to change. That's why they probably should be getting their K98s back next patch, whenever that is. Ooh, not looking good there. That's not a good position for the Volks Grenadiers to be in. That's a lot of riflemen. We can see Q is really good at doing a lot of crossfires early on.
Infantry squad has been killed.
All Volks Grenadiers coming up behind us. Guess he's gonna go for a lot of Sturmgewehrs in this one. Which I don't blame them for. Sturmgewehrs are pretty decent. Yeah, it does look a little awkward in all honesty. I can definitely see that. Pioneers can secure the southern flank here. But another Rathman is heading down there. Oh, this Volks Grenadiers has to be very careful wherever they position themselves. Also MG42 coming up. No, that's actually an MG44. He cancelled it for another Volks Grenadier, okay. So he's just going for lots of Volks Grenadiers this time. But as infantry, you can get them Sturmgewehrs, as I said, so they actually turn into pretty decent combatants at most ranges. And now the Grenadiers are going to be overrun here, I think.
We have a fresh Grenadier squad.
Well, Professor needs to decide what he wants to do, what they want to do. This Q's just getting more and more ground here, and Q's even getting a 30 cal behind us.
Area's ours. Steady up. How can we help? Grenadiers ready.
Oh, what's he planning to do? Pineapple going out. There's a lot of cover here the Volks Grenadiers can utilize though. There's even cover there, yeah. And the Americans are running back at that. Don't want to hang around if they're going to lose the engagement, it looks like. Take up for the Germans going up behind us. And an MG42 coming up. Vertical heading southwards here. Below commander choice from Q. Looks like the verticals opening fire here and pinning out those Volks Grenadiers. Force them to front run back. And here is the MG42 in the field now. Now where Q is going to position this can be very important.
We can now build light mechanized infantry. The enemy has driven a wedge in our lines.
Okay, the Volks Grenadiers hold that position. That's a very hard sell, I think. There's the MG42 sitting up here. I was gonna just have to pull back from that one. Aufklar coming out. Okay. What is Professor planning is the question.
The Scharfschütze has arrived.
Of course, it's nice to have a long-range trooper around now and then. He can do a lot of work for you. We'll definitely give him the side advantage.
Grenadiers ready.
Positioning up over here instead. Okay.
Forward headquarters are now available. We can now commandeer
What are the
structures for
Volksgrenadiers gonna
use as
do?
command posts. We now have access to additional battlefield options.
You need fire support?
Bit of a lag spike.
We have a full squad.
And the advantage at least is that the Americans cannot actually lay mines unless they're certain commanders. The rifleman.
Gather round.
Because Q is afraid there's enemies up here, so he's smoking up before moving up. One Volksgrenadier squad is already getting Sturmgewehrs now.
Stand ready. Taking land over here. They got us zeroed in here.
Oh, he's gonna demo charge the building here. And I think Professor might have noticed. Yeah. He's just gonna blow it up instead.
Enemy squad is dead.
Realism did get killed though. The Americans are in a position to flank if they want. Although there's a bunker covering the flank there.
Yes.
Oh, Lieutenant arriving. Also 5-man squad because he's playing as Infanterie. Pretty handy. If they can actually get him to Veterancy 2 or 3, only 2, then he can also get Sturmgewehr, so he can actually fight very competently in the front line. Well, they can also just get Gewehr 43s, which I'd say is generally worth it sometimes. Looks like we have a commander choice, and it's Tank Destroyer again for you. I think we saw that 2 matches ago.
I await your orders.
The Germans really need to get a move on because they're not getting enough resources at the moment, I think. And the Americans getting a lot more fuel to work with.
Green as green can be. Sniper reporting. Well, grab your shit and follow me.
We have bloody buckets coming up for the United States.
All right, you
Even if you're playing as Tank Destroyer.
Grenadiers. Sniper here.
enemy contact.
But then MG42 is able to cover that area pretty well. That's a large wide area right there.
Send.
And Aufklar is getting some shots in on the vertical. Water shots called in too. And that's going to force the vertical to run off. With smoke going in. Smart. And the bloody buckets are going to come up for a shuttle charge, I think. Oh, but I got mowed down. Because of the Sturmgewehrs. Instead, they're going to throw a normal pineapple. And then a satchel, okay. And that's a concussion, I think.
Car has arrived.
Oh, good concussion, killing the crew.
You down as you were trained.
But James just grabbed the MT42 again.
Scharfschütze.
And oh! He's shooting out the American recon team. There's perhaps some sharpshooter fighting going on then. I do think the Aufklar is a better sharpshooter than the American recon team. 2-2 on the field, becoming a 2-2, no big surprise.
Lieutenant Colonel, at your command.
Gonna see more Sturmgewehrs.
Reporting.
Supposed to just need the munitions for it.
Camouflage can now be used to ambush the enemy.
And some weapons they are dropping in for the Americans. It might be an AT gun and some machine guns. Yeah, a 57 and a 50 cal. That's a pretty good weapon. But the Aufklar is still getting shots in. Aufklar is already veteran to 2. Again, all the misfits he won as a base because of he's playing as infantry. Actually, almost threatening the American base here with these gunshots. That Outfly is getting some really good shots out. Only 9 kills. Bloody Buggers might be moving to flank here. Lieutenant staying nearby. Mortar's trying to get some good close range shots here.
One of our fighting positions is sustaining fire.
And this Outfly is just getting better and better because the longer he's staying in the fighting here. Kuzu needs to be careful though, there's a 57. Oh, Outfly got a strike mortar shell, he might need to pull back. You don't want to risk. Ooh, and the 2-2 is in trouble. And there it goes. I think the Germans have to pull back here.
The enemy has dealt us a blow.
And he needs to get that Aufklar out of there. Looks like he will. And well, the Lieutenant is just holding up the front line, allowing the others to retreat. And more Volksgrenadiers are still present, being equipped with more Sturmgewehrs. Oh, they're being pinned down by all the fire. But the Lieutenant is still trying to hold up. Oh, the Lieutenant actually got the rifleman. Holy shit. I suppose he has a good squad. He shouldn't be underestimated. After all, he is a combat officer. That's not a rifleman. I think he needs to pull back and get some healing.
New items can now be built.
Oh, Germans have teched up, so now all the units should be veterancy too. No, not yet actually. He's still getting the veterancy. The mortar is definitely starting to show its worth. D42 setting up. D42 is walked too high, but it's not firing for some reason. Oh, he's gonna try and do the satchel attack again, isn't he? Just a normal pineapple going out. Oh, yeah, Lieutenant still won. I think he needs to pull that Lieutenant back to heal him. I wouldn't want to lose a good officer like that. The most Grenadiers down here, but a 30 cal is still operational. And well, another mortar coming off for the United States. Aufklar needs to be very careful here. Because there's still double Americans up here holding the line.
Mortar team, ready for orders.
But double 81mm more, that's definitely put some pressure on the German defense. I think the Pioneers might have that engagement covered actually. And the Aufklar is even getting some pot shots in. Thanks to his marksman rifle. Oh, mortar killed the MG42.
Our brave infantry is dying.
Like good usage of all the mortars.
We're getting plastered over here.
Critical pushing up.
We're taking fire.
An American lieutenant also present. We had the Pegasus division called in. Stormtroopers, unique squad available to infantry division for the Germans. Can be equipped for most kinds of tasks. Has the ability to call in artillery, which is not some... Oh! Or to take out the Aufklar. But they have the ability to call in artillery, not something most infantry squads can do. That's mostly delegated to just officers. That makes them quite unique in that aspect. The Volksgrenadiers are moving out again. Pick up behind this wooden wall. Lieutenant is coming up too to lead the charge. Rope break going in there. 'Cause 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 Then we're going in thanks to the lieutenant. I think the pioneers and the stormtroopers could actually be moving at this point. Rifleman down. Like, these two units could probably be moving. Oh! Those mortars doing a great job here for the Americans. Let's use it up. The Germans losing a lot of infantry here.
Manufacturing capability has been increased.
But the Germans now tier 2. And now his Lieutenant is level 3 because of it. This Lieutenant is gonna scale up pretty damn well.
Our infantry can now rush into the enemy.
Even MG42 is veteran tier 2 now. Just for having it. Yeah, if the Germans can grab these 2 points, that'll be a little bit extra fuel for them to use. Oh, but it looks like the Pioneers are gonna run back to take up. Sturmgewehr is being equipped on the Stormtroopers. A big surprise, the Stormtroopers are really good with them. Well, the Lieutenant is moving up here to probably capture the cutoff point. And the Lieutenant has actually done pretty well so far. I like to see that. Good to see combat officers being utilized at the front line. Yep, we are seeing a Fahrzeug Halle? A Fahrzeug. Vehicle hall, I believe. Lieutenant's now going to engage the riflemen from there, but it doesn't look like they want to take that engagement. Stormtroopers are still moving around. Mortars starting to bomb the area. And those riflemen don't want that engagement. The Stormtroopers are a lot more dangerous. Oh, but he's moving the mortar up close to get a better shot. As the closer the mortar is to the target, the more accurate it is. Oh, he's retreating it though. Oh, probably because it's because it's been shot. He was able to see it from an angle. Oh, the mortar is still present though. So the Stormtroopers are calling in artillery. Water shooting. It's a precision shot. It's been guided in by a recon team. Oh, it's easy to get out of there. Like, if you have a recon team spotting for your mortar, you can get some really accurate shots.
Looks like we're going in.
Looks like the Stormtroopers and the Lieutenant will get out of there. Another Aufklar coming in. 4-2 sitting up here.
Our soldiers are trained to advance rapidly.
Sniper here.
You can actually get him a Gewehr 43 sniper because he's veteran to 2 now at the gate. Which can be a big deal. Looks like it's gonna be more Sturmgewehrs. Artillery called in from the lieutenant. And the mortars are also bombing.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
German lead troops are not being replenished. Oh, they are being replenished. When is he gonna get those, to question? The Americans have not gotten any vehicles yet either. The weird sounds coming from the back of the 221 or 222. Water coming out for the Germans, 8.14 centimeter. And Aufklar getting some pot shots in.
We are losing a sector.
Now this is a veteran to 2 mortar out the gate, so that's also pretty handy. Probably gonna set this one up for counter mortaring, I imagine. Stormtroopers are moving out again. The Musketeers have engaged with the riflemen down here. 30 cal is still operational.
On your feet, ladies. God damn it! Someone get us out of here! I can't see! On your feet, ladies.
He's gonna loot him into machine gun fire.
We are receiving new orders.
Be careful, that's his own barrage. Yeah, pretty is stopping. Oh, he moved just in time, but he's still taking losses there because the lieutenant is actually pretty decent. Oh, the recon troop is also opening fire. Will the stormtroopers get out of there? Looks like they will. And well, it looks like the German mortar has been a counter barrage through in this engagement. Leutnant is moving up to take up the fight. Ooh, precision shell there from the other 81mm. And that's why mortars are scary if you utilize correctly, people. Mortars are actually pretty damn good to have. It's 242 coming out though. Although Q has a lot of resources stockpiled. Oh, triple A3s, A2s. Yeah, should hello, well, the Germans. I'll get the job done.
Our infantry can now rush into the enemy line.
Looks like the Germans won out that engagement though, and the mortars are pulling back. This 242 will cause some issues early, but I think the A2 is actually gonna hit the field before the Stu does. That's gonna be a little bit difficult for the Germans to deal with. But it looks like the Volksgrenadiers do have Panzerfaust, so they are prepared for that.
Looks like we're getting into the excitement.
Also seeing a tech up here. No, not tech up, just more Germans, obviously. I already said that. Here's the Stu. Not sure the Stu is going to do well against Shermans, as it's a high explosive weapon. American Recon has been spotted. Yeah, behind heavy cover at long range. One's opening fire. I don't underestimate those American 81mm, they're doing a great job. Almost kill it off, actually. Who's been going as an artillery weapon? And he's trying to artillery the mortars with the Stu. Okay. But Q just spreads out the mortars instead. So the Shermans will reveal themselves. Lots of artillery shells going in, and the pack has to move to the front now. They know the Shermans are there, I think. And it's a dangerous building to be. Oh, the mortars just doing so good job. Such a good job here, though. Germans going in for the kills. The heat being loaded by the Stu. Oh, didn't penetrate. That's really bad luck. Now the Germans just got run the German position here.
We have lost an MG team.
One Sherman is down though. Panzer IV command tank coming up. Stormtroopers are returned to the front line.
The enemy is taking our territory.
And they should be able to mow down the blue and grey. Not the blue and grey, the blocky buckets pretty fast. Except they're moving. You want to stand still when you're firing your guns. Those mortars have been very effective for Q. That's a good utilization of mortars. He's even getting the delayed fuse. Oh god, yes! I love to see people utilizing more of their doctrines than they normally do. Major coming out for the United States now. High-ranking officer. Probably actually the highest rank the US can get, actually. In this game. Scavenging operations beginning good to see. Professor needs the resources. And see? 35 fuel from scavenging. That's why you should scavenge. One of the advantages of being Germany. Yeah, another 35 fuel. That's a lot of fuel to work with. Now we have the Panzer IV J command tank on the field. Need to see how well they utilize that though. Because they have to tuck it out with 2 Shermans that might be able to coordinate pretty well.
Armor here.
Until we called in around the pack.
You need something?
We also still have no medic station up for the Germans, so all these troops are not wounded, but they have low HP, so they're easier to kill. Stuke G coming out as well to support. After still getting some good pot shots out. Oh, actually starting to hit the 57mm now. The After is doing an amazing job with that marksman rifle.
We are losing a sector.
Oh, that pack is in trouble. The stormtroopers are nearby.
Stuke 3 ready to deploy.
So coming around the corner like that is dangerous. Especially for elite infantry. And into BAR no less. And you should just get those guys out of there.
We now have access to additional battlefield.
Yeah, the Americans won out that. That sucks. That sucks for a professor, that is. The Stuke G is on the field now. And we also seen Jaegers coming out. That unique squad available to infantry division. Scout infantry. Pretty good. Pretty good, actually. E2 Sherman is preparing to move forward with the major.
Are securing our territory.
Panzer IV J has spotted them though. They got one. Good job, Jay. That Panzer IV J is doing a great job actually. Delayed fuse landing. But it's landing way too inaccurate at the moment. Smoke landing though. Blitzkrieg ordered. Ooh, delayed fuse dazed the crew. Oh, one landed straight on the tank. Yeah, that's good uses of delayed fuse there, but he still has the Shermans, so that's not that good. Can he beat that vertical? 4 weapons airdropped in for the Americans. Maybe another 50 cal and another AT gun. They actually haven't even got the first 50 cal. This is just doing it for the AT gun. The 30 cal is going to open fire. Looks like the Germans might win that engagement. And that re-echelon is down. Rifleman coming on the flank though. And Sherman's coming out too. It's gonna force the Germans to run off. I think that's the Volksgrid here. Oh, he got out of there. Jäger's on the field now, armed with scope Sturmgewehrs. We have a lot of Sturmgewehrs being handed out all the time. I guess people really like to get the Sturmgewehr in this mod. Bloody buckets coming up here. Panzer down here now, attack this observation station. Which can be used to increase American manpower income on a point, I think. Model is taken from Company Heroes 1. Not sure what this Sturg is doing. Yeah, that just pulled it too close to the 57. Yep. I wouldn't have done that personally. This Panzer IV is doing a good job against all the Shermans. It's getting a fair amount of kills on him. Yeah, the Sherman is still nearby though. Depending on how that's utilized, I could still beat the Panzer IV. Doesn't look like that will happen just yet. Another good shot in it. Oh, and now the 57 is hitting from the flank. Smoke dropped. Blitzing away. And got the Sherman on the way out. You also have an Achilles, not an Achilles, what's it called? 90mm. That's the Jackson, isn't it? So that's the Jackson tank destroyer, which we never really get to see either. Which is essentially a tank destroyer with a freaking 90mm gun arm. So that's essentially the same gun as on the Pershing. Which can be quite a big issue for German medium tanks. I don't think because he's playing infantry, you can get anything heavy enough to stay against the Jackson. After has been equipped with the Scope Gewehr 43. It's going to have a lot more rapid fire marksman rifle shots now. One shot there. Now the Jäger's nearby as well. And the mortar fleets at that, because the Jägers can go pretty rapidly and be accurate. Here's the Jackson. I'm pretty sure it's the Jackson anyhow. And this thing will probably cut straight through Panzer IVs and Stuks.
Sniper here.
Bosconiers are engaging with the American captain. The captain is scouting for the Jackson evidently.
We're losing a capture point.
And Jackson revealed himself with a shot that missed that infantry. Not what we want to waste its shots on. I would say you always order the Jackson to hold its fire on infantry. It's a 90mm armor piercing shot. It's not really gonna do much against infantry. Well, if it hits them, it obviously will, but it seems like waste of a shell. You would always rather want to have it be ready in case a tank comes up. That's just my opinion. Oh, Panzer IV is moving up here. That's dangerous. Jackson just needs to get in range here. And skadoosh. Almost destroyed the Panzer IV there. Even hurt its engine. Oh, they lost it. He lost his gunner. Oh my god. And that's the problem with the American open-top tank destroyers, in all fairness. They are not that easy to just have around. They have to be protected pretty well. They are fast and mobile though. Need to get that Panzer IV J repaired. Lieutenant is still in the base. And more V-Echelon coming out from the United States. Vegas is still only armed with the scope storm geweers. They can get other upgrades though, like the MG34, a Panzerbüchse, even Gewehr 43s. You can also get coordinated barrages. They can actually coordinate your mortar barrages if you have any. Oh, not good there. Outskirts took a big shot. I think the Germans might need to abandon that position in all honesty. Yep, they're running. Oh, Outskirts got taken out.
We are losing Soldaten.
Pack is pulling back here. Also stuck, but it has no infantry capability. That's why you should probably get the MG42 for it. And help deal with infantry quite well, actually. More 57mm have been called in. Still none of the 50 cals have been grabbed. Just Q's a fan of the 50 cal. Gas station established. Repairing this munitions cache as well. Welding the munitions. Not sure that's a good idea personally, but I'm not the one to judge the engineers. I'm not educated in engineering. We also have another Stu coming out. Austrians are pushing up pretty aggressively. Oh, took out the American recon team. Oh wait, oh, he's still alive actually. Oh, there he goes.
Just got a report of an infantry unit being wiped out.
Bloody Buckets is still pretty good here out in the open. You can see that they're cutting down the Germans as they get around the corner. That's fire superiority, everyone. Triple Volksgrenadiers coming up behind us. Okay.
Infantry contact.
Look, moving up. Explosive on the Bloody Buckets missed. Only wants to pull back. That's another 57mm here. And as immobilized, that front is practically dead. There's no way he's going to be able to save that.
We have a fresh grenadier squad. Stuk 3 ready to deploy.
Medic on the fields for the Americans. Not sure how long that Stuk is going to survive. One more penetrating shot from 57. Not that one. German 76 come up behind it.
One of our panzers has been destroyed.
Yes, it's 242.
A new grenadier squad is ready.
Grenadier squad. Ready.
Uses artillery already. Hits the wreck. Fires 3 shots, I think. Yep, 3 shots.
Assault gun standing by.
Very inaccurate though, as you can see.
Ready for orders.
And one more shot. Oh, he cancelled it.
We
Okay.
have a fresh grenadier squad.
He needs to get some infantry by the Stu.
Squad, shot it. Grenadier.
Yeah.
This pack needs to get reinforced as well.
Panzer here. Assault gun standing by.
They are coming out from the Jaegers. Good to see. A little bit more visual what's going on. Let's check. Yeah, he can actually see this now thanks to that.
Stuk here.
The Stu is going to get a shot in that building. But hit the terrain on in front of it. Okay.
Awaiting
Good
orders.
job, Stu. You are very, very good assault gun, aren't you? There we go. That's a shot we wanted, destroying the building. And the Jaegers cut down the last man.
Sure. Add it to the pile.
Now veterancy free, by the way, so these... Oh, actually, they've all been veterancy
Now
for a
have
while.
access to additional battlefield
Actually, they aren't.
options. Assault gun standing by.
Right, he has to take up to the final tier in order to get them all to veterancy free constantly. 457 is pulling up here. Australia is most of the front line now. Panzer IV pushing up. Right along the front line here. Who got a shot in there? Sherman down. Panzer IV might be in trouble. Yeah, it's got taken out. Stu's pushing up though. Satchel coming in from these guys. I think the Stu might pull back in time. Yep. Jackson is still operating. It looks like the Panzer officer is being pulled off the field for a partial refund. Artillery called in around these two. H himself is still alive, but I think the Jaegers might go to finish him.
Enemies are swarming one of our emplacements.
Yeah, shooting up close. Sorry, American base defenses, okay. Main gun stopped on these two. American Raptor killing the Jaegers. Immobilized it. That's basically their student. Stu taken out. That's 4H coming up behind it for the Germans. Germans lost a lot of that assault.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
There was a push there across the entire front line, so pretty hard to coordinate. And the Americans are really keeping the front line secured here. Well, Pioneers are trying to get some more resources. I think these Volkskrieger just have to get out of there. Got a command panzer coming up behind it. Here's the Panzer 4H.
We have lost a squad.
Volkskrieger is still around. Need to be a little bit careful wherever they move, though. And they have to get out of there quickly. Panzer 4H needs to be cautious with shots. Here comes the 76. Good, got a good shot there. And the Jackson's going into. That's a dead H. Good coordination by the 76 and the Jackson.
We have lost a panzer.
I suppose being loaded by the Jackson here. But they got dazed. This might just buy about the Pioneers the time they need to get out of there. And this Panzer 4J command tank again. But the Germans have lost a lot of their good infantry, so it's going to be quite hard to come back from this, I think. Q is very, very good at just winning out in the end. By just fighting very tenaciously. Germans need to be very cautious with their movements here. Professor could actually get Sturmgewehrs for his Leutnant now if he wants. Nation Barrage going in, and he's also forward deploying some Jaegers apparently. Going to see some Jaegers appearing here shortly. Come. Oh! Almost lost the Leutnant there. What does he actually buff them with? I can't actually tell. Might need to be in the same sector as him. Both grenadiers are pushing upwards. As for J destroying one of the AT guns, the Americans have less AT to work with. Let's be cautious because that Jackson is very, very dangerous. It hasn't actually gotten any kill itself at the moment, but does present a big threat. Jaegers are being equipped with scoped Sturmgewehrs again and an MG34. Germans are digging in. The Volksgrenadier are gonna try and hold this position a little bit longer. Pack is also gonna set up. The American mortars, Veteran C4. One of them anyway. And these American mortars have done a great job. They both have delayed heats. A late fuse, rather. And they're pretty good at just keeping the German lines under constant fire. Which is the point of mortars. Denies your opponent any chance, any pause, really. We also have a Hauptmann now coming in for the infantry division.
Our
Also a full-on weapons team. How explosive of the Jackson there. Playing on both Grittier squad. But Hartman is also a combat squad because he's playing, as I've said, as Infanterie. Had to be given an MG42 with 100 rounds. Which can make him really good at holding a front line. Oh, that's not good for the Panzer IV. Needs to pull that one back for repairs. Oh, what's he doing? That's very risky. It's very, very risky because the Jackson is nearby. Oh, but he hit the driver with the pack. How sustained the intention? Do it out the Jackson? Yeah, but the Jackson's down. But I think he should definitely get pulled the Panzer IV J back now. He shouldn't risk his commander like that. Yeah, that's what I guess would happen. But he did take out the Jackson though, which is very impressive. That's not gonna work because it's just gonna get auto repaired by this repair station. And then recon team. And the mortars are still bombing this area. Like, honestly, those mortars have just done so much for the Americans. There goes another Volksgrade here. Oh. Painful, painful for Professor here. But he still got done well despite all of it. And those mortars have done so much. Delayed fuse going in, okay. Delayed fuse is very dangerous. Oh! One mortar down. German infantry have to get out of there. Oh, well, the Hauptmann has anyway. And Pack took out another German, 36. That Professor is still doing a great job. And Q surrenders! Oh my god, Professor actually fought Q into not being able to fight back, I think. Or at least, or perhaps Q just did not have any more time, I don't know. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this good match. I'll see you next one, everyone. Bye bye.